All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to unpack a really powerful story, a parable that gets right to the heart of this big, modern struggle we all face. You know the one, that internal fight between what we could be and the super seductive call of just taking it easy.
Does this sound familiar to you? You are grinding away, you're hustling, putting in all the hours, but you just feel like you're spinning your wheels, right? It's that feeling of total burnout, like you're trapped in a system that just keeps demanding more and more of your energy for less and less meaning. Well, what if I told you there's a timeless story that holds the key to understanding this exact feeling? It's a parable that Friedrich Nietzsche powerfully retold in his classic, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and it gives us a map, a way to see not just why we feel stuck, but how we might actually break free.
To really get it, we've got to start big. I'm talking cosmic scale. Because this isn't just some self-help tip. The story frames this whole thing as a high-stakes wager for the very soul of humanity.
So here's the fundamental conflict. On one side, you've got this force of faith that believes we humans are defined by something called Streben. It's this German word for a restless, constant, upward striving. The idea is that our struggle is what makes us grow. But on the other side, you've got this deep cynicism, a force that's betting we're all just tired, and that when push comes to shove, we will always choose the easy path, comfort over creation.
And because of this cosmic bet, our entire future, our whole destiny, is just hanging in the balance, caught between two very different outcomes.
And here they are, the two paths. One leads to what the parable calls the Übermensch, or the Overman. This is a being who lives to create, who embraces risk, and is always seeking to overcome themselves. The other path, it leads to the last man. This is a creature who is perfectly happy, totally content with comfort and security, which ultimately leads to complete stagnation. He's not miserable, and that's the scary part. He's just comfortable.
This quote just nails our situation perfectly. We aren't the destination. We are the bridge. A shaky, dangerous rope stretched out over a huge abyss. We're literally suspended between what we are right now and what we have the potential to become. And if you stand still on a rope, well, you risk falling.
So, how does that cynical force plan on winning this bet? Well, its strategy is way more clever than just telling us all to be lazy. No, it's this insidious, brilliant twist designed to make sure mediocrity wins by hijacking the very thing that makes us great, our will to strive. He calls this strategy corrupted frenzy. And it sounds like a total contradiction, doesn't it? How can you be in a frenzy and be stagnating at the exact same time? Well, that's the evil genius of the plan. He doesn't try to stop our hustle, he hijacks it. He redirects all that amazing energy onto a hamster wheel, a meaningless circular chase for just a little more comfort, a little more security.
And just look how methodical this is. First, you acknowledge that humans want to strive. Okay, check. Then you corrupt the goal. Instead of creating something new, we just accumulate stuff. Instead of overcoming ourselves, we just seek security. And here's the masterstroke. You frame this entire trap, this endless loop, and you call it success.
And this huge cosmic battle comes crashing right down to earth, into the marketplace, the very heart of our society. This is the arena. This is where the wager is going to be won or lost in a face-to-face showdown between two incredible figures.
First up, we hear from the agent of that cynical force, the soothsayer prophet, and his voice is like a warm, comfortable blanket. He's preaching the gospel of the last man. Hey, why suffer? Why risk anything? Let's just desire security and ease, a pleasant life. That's the highest you can aim for. You gotta admit, it's an incredibly tempting message. But then, our challenger steps up, the ascendant, and he sees right through that whisper of ease. His response is so powerful because he recognizes that voice. It's not some enemy out there, it's his own shadow self. It's that part inside all of us that craves safety above everything else. He's already faced this down in his own cave of complacency. He knows that giving in to that desire for comfort, that isn't life. That is the abyss.
And this right here, this is the critical insight. This is the tragedy at the heart of the whole story. The people in that marketplace, they aren't lazy. Not at all. They are exhausted. They're working harder than ever, but they've been tricked. All of their incredible energy and struggle has been aimed downward into a desperate fight for safety, instead of upward into a glorious quest for greatness. And just like that, this huge cosmic story lands right in our laps. That choice in the marketplace, that ancient wager, it's now been passed directly to you.
to us. So the Ascendant shows us the other way. The path starts with longing, that deep ache inside that says there has to be something more. That longing sparks a real frenzy, not a corrupted one, but a creative will to build something. This fire then fuels creation, the act of actually turning your potential into reality. And finally, there's overcoming, having the courage to actually make that dangerous crossing.
And this just lays out the difference so clearly. That corrupted frenzy, it's like a spinning top. It's a blur of motion, all this energy, but it's going absolutely nowhere. But a creative frenzy? That's an arrow in flight. It's all that same energy, but now it's focused. It has a purpose. It's aimed at a target.
So what do we do about that inner voice, that shadow self that just wants to be comfortable and safe? The parable's answer is profound. You don't try to kill it. You don't remove the darkness. Instead, you overcome it. You take its strength, that deep desire for security and durability, and you forge it into a weapon. You take that dark material and aim it, not at the comfortable ground beneath your feet, but toward the dawn of your own created future.
And so, this ancient story leaves us with a very modern, very personal question. The cosmic wager is now yours. The choice is yours. So ask yourself, are you just busy, or are you building? Are you spinning in place, or are you in flight? Where is your arrow aimed?